Well, we know that rates of autism across our community are very high, and a lot of parents are receiving that diagnosis every single year. And if you are a new parent, walking that autism journey, you need to give them a call over at Milestones Behavior Services. We've got Melissa joining us this morning, and I want to talk for a minute about how you guys work with people who have just received that diagnosis, because as a parent of a child with autism, I can tell you it's a little bit scary. It kind of catches your breath for a minute. You don't know what your next steps are.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things we want to reassure parents is that we are here to help you, your child, support you through this journey. Through our services, we will help the child not only learn new skills and new behaviors, but we're going to work with the family throughout services as well to give the parents new tools and hopefully help them gain a little bit more extra confidence, have more tools when working with their child who just received that diagnosis.
And I really love that you involve the family so much throughout the process, because I think that is a big part of the success. It reinforces that so much more, because it is the parent who is, they're going to be the ones who are in the school advocating for their child. I think you probably help them do that.
Yeah, you know, that's usually the first advice that I give parents is you are your child's best advocate. Whether we're talking about selecting goals for the services that we're providing, finding other services for them, getting them into school, we really want you to push for the goals that you know that are the most important for your child. So from the beginning, our parents are involved with setting those goals. That continues throughout services, is that the more involved you are, the more progress you're going to see.
All right, so you mentioned that these goals, that the plan is very, very individualized. How does that look? What does that look like?
Yeah, so there's a few things. Of course, every child is different. Every family is different. So we get input from the caregivers. We also work directly with the clients, and we observe their behaviors and do an assessment to see exactly where their skills are at. Then we put all of that information together and make a plan that's tailored to meet that child's specific needs.
Okay, can you give us an example of what that might look like?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we're talking about language, for example, one child may not be speaking at all yet, and another one may be speaking, but their language be fragmented or not quite flow. So their plan is going to look very different when we teach those things. Also, interests are different. Our strengths are different. So we're really going to identify those for each child, and then, of course, embrace their strengths and the things that they really like while working to teach the skills that they may be missing.
All right, and then all of those skills are transferable into the home environment as well, and so that's where you really bring the family into the therapy.
Yeah, and what we know from the research with autism and based on our experience, sometimes when a child learns something at our clinic, they're automatically doing it at home in the community. But that's not always the case. So we do go into those environments, like you said, to make sure their skills are generalizing across all environments. But also, some things happen at home that just don't happen at school or with us at Milestones. So we might go into the school environment or out with the community, with the family, to teach certain skills that they need.
All right, so when a parent comes in, what's the first thing that they're going to do with you at Milestones?
The first thing we're going to do, of course, besides all the boring paperwork, is get that assessment going. We're going to talk with the parents, ask lots of questions to get information about their child. We'll also do a direct assessment with their child, and that's how we come up with that individualized plan. That's really step one. After the assessment, that's when we can start talking about getting started with the treatment.
All right, well, going back to all that boring paperwork, let's just do a little house cleaning right now. Does Milestones accept insurance?
We do. We accept most major insurance plans. We also accept all of the Medicaid plans. And for our clients who don't have Medicaid as a secondary insurance, we have an administrative staff who will help walk parents through that process, because in our state, an autism diagnosis qualifies you for that. So that's a really important service we want our clients to be able to take advantage of.
All right, and this is something that can follow along with your child throughout their parochial school experience, and even beyond.
Absolutely. You know, I think every parent wants their child to be in school, be in a class, and be successful, and we want that for our clients too. So we are working on building those skills that they need to be ready and successful in that environment. We're talking about language, social interactions, completing tasks, all kinds of stuff, you name it.
All right, and it's all kind of wrapped in this packaging of having fun a lot of times with your clients.
It is. We have so much fun. You know, positive reinforcement and motivation for learning. You've got to be motivated, you know? So we have a really fun, upbeat, positive environment where we get serious serious when we need to, but why not make learning fun?
All right, making learning fun and providing a lot of support for families. What's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
You can contact us on our website, give us a call, or send us an email.
All right, we've got all the information right there on the screen. It's Autism Acceptance Month, and we're helping make that happen with Milestones Behavior Services. Thank you so much, Melissa, for coming in.
you.
All right, now stay with us. We'll be right back after the break.